Hello all, Bowtie Security Guy here, live from the workshop. Um, Wanted to record just a quick video on micromanagers. A lot of people have to deal with micromanagement in their careers, and it can be incredibly frustrating. It can be very demoralizing, and it makes it so you're a lot less effective. I do not work well under micromanagers. I have a very hard time dealing with people who are micromanagers. It makes everything more difficult for me. I don't know if it's my autism, my ADHD, or what it is. If somebody is constantly nitpicking me, it drives me crazy. So let's talk about why people micromanage. The first reason is relatively simple. They're just insecure. They don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're struggling a bit. Maybe they have some imposter syndrome and they just need to know what's going on. The other thing is maybe their boss is a micromanager who constantly needs updates and needs to actually hear what's happening and understand all of the different things going on in the environment, even though it doesn't really pertain to them. Or maybe you're just not doing a good job communicating. A lot of times, managers micromanage because you are not doing a great job communicating what you're actually doing. Having a weekly update that either goes out on Mondays or on Fridays, or maybe on both days, and keeping your boss informed makes micromanagement just kind of fade away. You can easily update it, set a timer. So like I'll set like a timer on my calendar that basically says like for the next half hour, I'm going to update kind of what our weekly goals were, what we accomplished, things of that nature, any major project milestones, stuff like that. Um, and I'll represent them and let my boss know, hey, these are some of the things that we've accomplished. Awesome. That's what it's all about. Keeping them informed, keeping them educated, keeping them from guessing what you're doing and guessing the work you're doing will eliminate micromanagement entirely. Maybe you'll have somebody who's still up in your business, but then you have a very clear case for harassment. You're like, I update them regularly, I do everything to keep them informed, and still they hassle me every day and make me feel like crap. Then you've got kind of a case. But a lot of times, in my personal experience, micromanagement happens because you as an employee are not doing a good job communicating up what you're actually doing. Engineers like myself and many who work for me have a very hard time kind of writing stuff down or showing their work, so to speak. It's not that we don't believe that they're working, it's that sometimes you're so heads down that you forget to take a moment to not necessarily toot your horn, so to speak, but to actually showcase the work that you're doing and the things that you're putting in. I know I had a really hard time for the longest time showing what I was doing. And only after I would leave a role would my boss be like, oh my God, I didn't realize you were doing all this. And I'd be like, oh, okay, sorry. I've gotten so much better at keeping a huge list of my accomplishments for the year. Anything that I consider a major accomplishment goes into my major accomplishment sheet, breaking down all of the things that my team has done. Those are so critical, and having metrics and things will make it so micromanagers are a thing of the past. If your boss is readily informed, knows exactly where to go for updates, they're not going to ask you because they have better things to do than kind of chase you down to give an update or get information. That's all I got. I was just in the shop and somebody had asked me about that on a mentor call earlier in the week, and I was like, oh crap, I'll record a video on that. Hopefully you found it interesting. Thank you so much for continuing to watch my stuff, and I hope you got some value. Good luck out there.